He basically talked about being a student of the interview, and a lot of what he said was let them talk. Like, do control the interview, but at the same time, let them get carried away with themselves. And I know something I do is get really caught up on, I have my list of questions. Well, I have to answer every question. Let me answer that one. Let me mark it off. Well, now I have to answer this one. Well, if they're talking about something and it leads the interview a different way, and it's not, it's something you can use, let them do that. Don't get so caught up in your questions. And don't be afraid of the awkward silence. When you're talking to someone and it's silent, you want to fill that silence because it's really awkward. If you don't, let them fill it. Just sit there. Take notes and just let it be quiet. It's really awkward, but they think it's awkward too, and so they're going to say something. Something they didn't plan to say, something they're just trying to fill that silence with. So it's probably good information, whatever it is. This is all from Eric Nalder, by the way. It's not me. Something else he said was in long, in-depth interviews, and if you have time to interview them several times, take them, go drive somewhere with them, interview them while they're driving because they're distracted, or take a walk with them, they're distracted, and they're going to say stuff they didn't realize they were saying. I think that's ethical. That's okay. But yeah, and he was saying, start off asking where they were born, because it starts off like a chronological events, and just they'll start telling you the story of their life, and then start asking them when they get to an event you want to talk about and what you're really asking them about. Ask them little details like what was on your desk, or what were you wearing that day. Little details, and it brings them back to that day, and start asking in past tense, and then as they start telling you the story, start asking in present tense and put yourself in there and start saying, well, what are we doing next? Now where are we going? And they'll start telling you in present tense, like now we're walking down the street and we're doing blah, blah, blah. And they're like reliving the situation. And I think that was part of his hypnotized thing, actually. But anyways, they're reliving the situation. They're going to tell you more details. Like an anecdote that I sort of used that, and we're doing a in-depth reporting on the Clery Act. Our school was in violation of some of the Clery Act. And they weren't reporting any of these crimes, and right off campus is where all the students live. The police have jurisdiction there, and we have university-owned fraternity houses and religious houses there. But police were treating that as it was off campus, though everyone lived there with students. And all of this crime happens there. We live in Memphis. It's like the #2 crime city in the world. So of course there's all this crime, there's all this burglary and stuff going on. And so I thought I wanted to get a student anecdote for my Clery reporting, just to kind of bring it home and put the human aspect on it. So like 2 weeks before, these two roommates were just sitting in their apartment, and of course every year our university puts out a report that says we're the safest college in Tennessee, which according to the numbers apparently we are. And so everyone on campus thinks they're safe, and everyone that lives in those apartments over there, they leave their doors open, and all the crime reporting I do, there's always a common factor that their door was unlocked or the door was open, which they're idiots. I don't know why I do that. But so this guy was sitting there, and it was kind of hot that day, and he had his door open in the hallway for the breeze, just like the hallway breeze. And he's on the second floor, he's not thinking anyone's just going to walk in. Well, someone walks into the apartment, they come upstairs, and they come through his door, and they have masks on. They tell him to get down on the floor, and they keep asking, where's the bitch? And they're like, there's no girl there. And they're like, what are you talking about? We saw the girl outside with you in the parking lot. So these guys have been watching them and planning this. They come up there, and they steal all their stuff, and they beat on them with the gun, and they kick on them, and all this beating. So it was really bad robbery. And this guy's telling me, and I'm getting the story from him. So I have that all on record, and the day I'm writing the story, I call him back and just try to get a few more details, and he's a student, and he gets really nervous, and he's like, well, are you going to put my name in this? And I was like, yeah, I was hoping to put your name in this. And he was like, I don't know if I want that, the university thinks bad of me, and the police, and blah, 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 because the police weren't dealing with him very well, and he was trying to help and stuff, and he eventually ended up moving. And so the technique I used this time, I told him, this is a really powerful story. You're not the first time this has happened. This has happened to several other people, but students don't know. I was like, I asked him, why'd you leave your door open? And he was like, I didn't think anything would happen. Like, I read in the Helmsman that's our paper, a couple weeks ago, that the university was reporting we were the safest campus. And I was like, exactly, there's other students just like you. They're moving here, and they're thinking thinking we're safe and sort of leaving their door open, but there's more burglaries. There's, in the past 60 days, there have been 40 in that little area that you live. And so I was like, this is a really powerful story, and you can help other students by telling your story. And so I just kind of appealed to the human side and the civil duty side of him to get him on the record and to use his name to tell that story. So that's always something you can do, just appeal to their emotions.